match par excellence in the Italian football calendar, and once again it is significant in the race for the Scudetto. It's Inter against Milan, the derby della Madonnina, and it is instalment 176 in Serie A. 230 Milan derbies now, all told. Inter the champions, Milan the great pretenders. Just around this time last season, the Nerazzurri won the derby, and convincingly so, 3-0, and they never looked back en route to a 19th Scudetto. Is it going to be history repeating itself? It's a good evening from me, Patrick Kendrick, alongside former Kilmarnock captain Manuel Pascali. Good evening, Manuel.
Hi, Pat. Good evening, everyone. I'm quite excited. It's a derby time in Milan. And it's a match when you grow up as a kid playing football, you dream to be involved in. Great atmosphere, fantastic. A derby is always a derby, but you feel that this one got something magic. And again, as you say, could be the game changer in the Scudetto race, especially for the Rossoneri.
You sense Milan must win this match. They're 4 points behind their great city rivals at the start of play, having played a game more. So it is no margin for error for Stefano Pioli's Rossoneri. As for Inter, they've lost just one match domestically all season long, and that came against Lazio way back in round 8. No choreography from the Curva Nord. They are on strike, but the Milan end of the ground, only us and Milan. A short, succinct message. And it is very much the Nerazzurri in the majority this evening. They are the home side. And whilst these two sides share a stadium, it is proportionally Nerazzurri tonight. 90% of the capacity will be cheering on Inter, but the Curva Sud will certainly make themselves heard. To have their sights firmly set on a second star, but the champions have many more hurdles to negotiate before a 20th Scudetto can become a reality. 4 points off the pace, and having played a game more, the 230th derby della Madonnina appears must-win for Milan if they're to bolster their title credentials. What a mouth-watering match in prospect at La Scala del Calcio. The Stadio Giuseppe Meazza plays host to Inter against Milan. Two men who hail from the same part of the world. Simone Inzaghi from Piacenza, from the same region. Stefano Pioli, albeit from Parma. Two men with Lazio on their respective CVs, but they are now on opposite sides of Milan and opposite sides of a title race. For the second season running, once again, it's Milan and Inter, the two sides setting the pace, with Napoli too. Lest we forget, they will be interested spectators ahead of this one. Two captains who may well not necessarily be starting for their respective sides. This could well be a last derby with the armband for Handanovic, with Onana coming in. Romagnoli's out of contract in the summer, but they are determined to play a crucial role tonight. The man in charge for the 4th time in this fixture in Serie A, Marco Guida. Very experienced Paolo Mazzoleni is the video assistant referee. Simone Inzaghi makes one change to the side that beat Venezia here a fortnight ago. Dumfries gets the nod over former Milan man Darmian. Neither of Inter's new signings are available for selection. but it will be a memorable afternoon for Dennis Curatolo. The 17-year-old striker is named on the bench. Four alterations for Milan from the 11 that drew here against Juventus prior to the international break. Ibrahimovic misses out through injuries, so Giroud leads the line. Benacer and Kessié are back from the AFCON, and the latter will play as a number 10. Salamakers is also restored. Krunic, Brahim Diaz and Junior Messias all drop to the bench. Simone Inzaghi has done a sterling job. He's already lifted silverware in the shape of the Super Cup, but he wants the biggest prize, the Scudetto. So too does Stefano Pioli. It eluded him last season. Milan fell away in the second half of the campaign. They are desperate to win this match and desperate to get their title challenge back on track. Manuel Pascali in to start this one as favourites, but it is a derby. How do you see it?
It's a derby, as you said. It's unpredictable. If you see both starting 11, we can see Inter can score from any maybe single players. AC Milan will depend, in my opinion, on their left side with Theo Hernandez, Leao. They can be the game changer on this match.
Misjudged by Perisic. Here's Giroud for the first time. Now Benacer, his return from the Africa Cup of Nations, all important. No foul on Theo Hernandez by Dzeko, and Barella can set Inter on their way. Blue and black shirts streaming forward. Romagnoli is not the quickest, but he had a head start there on Dumfries.
Good cover by Romagnoli. It's interesting again to see Theo Hernandez's position, because so many times Pioli plays him in a kind of more in the middle of the park, with Leo receiving the ball wide and try to use the Portuguese boy ability on a one-against-one, especially against Dumfries or Skriniar.
Dumfries with a long throw. Dzeko trying to get in ahead of Romagnoli. Giroud for Kessié, and now Rafael Leao. Theo Hernandez getting forward on the overlap. Well in by Çalhanoğlu, who is fired up for this fixture just as he was back in the autumn when he scored. Away to our right, penalty in front of the Curva Sud. Forward by Perisic, who now has even sterner competition on that left-hand side with the signing of Robin Gosens from Atalanta. Dumfries, no foul by Theo Hernandez. The assistant was very well positioned, and you sense the referee Marco Guida took his cue from the assistant.
I think he's adopting a more English way to referee, because it's the second time there is a half challenge in the game, and I like it more. As it's a derby, you know, you sense there will be a physical contest, but it's better. Let the game play, high tempo, high intensity.
There are a couple of schools of thought when it comes to matches such as these. Either you can set the tone by establishing a no-nonsense policy and brandish a flurry of yellow cards to begin with, or you can be a bit more lenient. Clemency, the policy adopted there by the match official. Benacer. Giroud for Tonali. Great acceleration from him. It's behind Kessié, but it breaks for Salamakers. Calabria can now deliver. It's deflected, and it will be the game's first corner.
Yeah, good break by AC Milan. Tonali, great energy in the middle of the park, finding then Salamakers, then Calabria. Good ball in. Inter needs to be careful with the Giroud in the air. He was ready to receive the ball on the back post area. Now it's a corner kick for AC Milan, who started very, very well.
Sandro Tonali was the man who teed up the equaliser for Milan in the reverse fixture. It was his ball in which hit the unwitting head of Stefan de Vrij for an own goal at this end of the crowd. Tonali stood over the corner. It's taken short. Theo Hernandez curls it in. And a first claim of the night for Sami Handanovic.
Yeah, they were looking for Romagnoli on the back post area. Obviously, AC Milan doesn't have any big boys like Inter, so try to move the ball and hit the back post area where the Romagnoli was trying to receive the ball.
Dzeko, what a signing he's proven to be for Inter. Really canny business from Pepe Marotta since the departure of Romelu Lukaku. Perisic, chance to run at Calabria, it's his ball in. Mignon prevents a corner. Stefano Pioli said yesterday in his press conference that Milan will never change the way they play. They do have one eye on the way the opposition set up. They'll have studied Inter's recent matches and indeed the reverse fixture, but they will not be betraying their principles.
Yes, he always find ideas. It's interesting to see Pioli, the way every time we expect some surprises. It's interesting to see how he moves, especially Theo and Leao. You can see now Theo moving inside the park, and Leao staying wide.
Milan were frustrated here against Juventus just prior to the international break, a goalless draw, albeit they restricted the Bianconeri to not a single shot on target, which is why Juventus then went and made a splash in the January transfer window. They've brought in Dusan Vlahovic, the joint top scorer in the league. Simone Inzaghi has included Juventus and Atalanta in title challenges. Salamakers giving chase and winning it back. Çalhanoğlu there to pick up the pieces. Cleared away by Perisic. Last touch appeared to come off Ismail Benacer. It is an Inter throw.
Tell you what, it's perfect time to play a derby, because in these 2 weeks the pitch has been AC Milan and Inter both together with the Milan County. They worked on the park that's been so used for 4 or 5 matches in 1 week, almost in 10 days, and now looks perfect, and is a joy because both teams loves to play football on the deck.
Indeed, 500,000 euros invested in the playing surface to tidy up some of the turf. It is a hybrid surface, and it has got a lot of wear and tear because these two sides have been playing on it plenty, both with home ties in the Coppa Italia last 16. They'll both be at home next week. Inter against Roma, Milan against Lazio. We could yet see a two-legged derby della Madonnina in the Coppa Italia semi-finals. Super Cup was played here too, so it's been a busy year for the playing surface at San Siro. De Vrij calmly done under pressure from Olivier Giroud. Certainly raised eyebrows as well, the state of the San Siro pitch. Simone Inzaghi spoke about it yesterday, said that was one of the reasons Inter struggled to break down Venezia. This time Theo Hernandez is penalised, and he is the one man in the Milan side who's a booking away from suspension. Their next match in the league here against Sampdoria.
It's good to see AC Milan trying to be aggressive. Theo Hernandez went just out. Dumfries leaving Romagnoli and Kalulu against Lautaro and Dzeko, but that's the way Pioli wants his team to play, being aggressive. He knows Inter loves to play from the back.
Handanovic under pressure, he couldn't find an out ball. He's unhappy with the movement of his defenders. Stephen Zhang, the Inter president, is here alongside Pepe Marotta, the CEO for sport for the Nerazzurri. A new look for Theo Hernandez, so too for the man on the ball here, Kessié, a new role as well. Performed brilliantly at the Castellani against Empoli just before Christmas, got a brace in Tuscany. But Manuel, you sense Kessié's role tonight is more about limiting Brozovic than necessarily attacking for Milan.
Yeah, of course, Pioli knows Inter brain is in the Croatian midfielder, and he wants Kessie to stay tight on him, doesn't leave him, trying to play and build all the action from Inter, but it's interesting again in the middle of the park to see Tonali against Barella, two of the more exciting prospects in the middle of the park for Italian football as well.
A wonderful subplot, and certainly two players that will be under close observation from Italy head coach Roberto Mancini. Çalhanoğlu, and now Perisic. Dumfries round the back! And it's Inter who have the lead! Devastating from Denzel Dumfries. But has the whistle gone? It has. It's offside against Ivan Perisic.
We're gonna check it obviously with the VAR. That was a tremendous ball in from Perisic. Let's check. Yes, he's offside. But look, Dumfries. Great athleticism against Theo Hernandez. We know he's not the best defender, but look, his leap there. Could have been a great goal, but unlucky for Inter, that was an offside position. Good movement by the 4 AC Milan defenders.
Good spot from the assistant referee. Guida very quick to rule out the goal, but that is a mismatch in the air. There are several of them all over the pitch, Inter towering above their Milan counterparts. And Denzel Dumfries, who got his first goal in Nerazzurri colours with a header in a big match away at Roma, very nearly etched his name into derby folklore there. Theo Hernandez will beware. Lovely ball forward from Çalhanoğlu. This time Perisic is onside. It's his ball in. Stamped clear by Theo Hernandez. Brozovic on his weaker side, and Manuel with a stunning save after the initial effort was deflected.
That's an outstanding save by Brozovic. Great move there. Left shot. We took a deflection by Kalulu, but Manuel again producing an outstanding save. And that's incredible. Only 10 minutes gone. What a match.
The game is coming to life, and Mike Manuel has showcased razor-sharp reflexes for the Rossoneri all season long, and tonight is no different. They'll need him on top form, you sense. Pierre Kalulu didn't know too much about it, but he has thus far deputised well in the absence of Simon Kjær, who's out for the rest of the season. Fikayo Tomori might play a portion tonight, but he's only just recovered after an operation on his knee to repair the meniscus. Inter now in the ascendancy, a couple of opportunities in quick succession. Plenty coming from the far side, courtesy of Perisic. And now Bastoni getting forward. Swept away by Kalulu. Benacer tripped Çalhanoğlu, and it's an Inter free kick in a promising position.
Yes, but it's the second time that Inter is producing something on the left side, because we know how good the chain between Perisic, now the save, incredible save by Manuel, like a cat. On the left side, Perisic, Bastoni, plus Çalhanoğlu stay inside. That's a deflection by Kalulu. Oh wow, that's a great, terrific save by Manuel, who's been an incredible signing by Paolo Maldini.
Manuel might be busy again here. Plenty forward for the Nerazzurri. Çalhanoğlu with the free kick, and Manuel able to gather. And now he looks to try and set the Rossoneri on their way. There is Paolo Maldini, the far right of your picture, alongside Ricky Massara, and Ivan Gazidis also in attendance. Good to see him healthy again. Turning out at San Siro, the CEO of the Rossoneri. Had some choice words to say this week about San Siro and the future of the stadium. Dumfries. Was that a foul by Theo Hernandez? Yes, says the assistant. A reminder, a booking here, and he would miss the Samp game through suspension.
That's an interesting duel between Theo and Dumfries here. Both so quick. I was talking about the chain. On the left side, Inter is working very, very well. Since the start of the season, that's the Perisic offside position. Because Bastoni, we see every time Perisic got the ball, Bastoni is going, bombing forward. And the opposite side, if Bastoni is playing the left-back position, Perisic is attacking like a proper winger. And twice, Perisic, as soon as he goes into near the byline, producing some amazing assist from all his teammates in the box.
Another chance for Çalhanoğlu to produce some quality from the dead ball situation. Çalhanoğlu sends it in, Dumfries unmarked, but he couldn't steer it into the path of a teammate. Milan went to sleep momentarily there defensively.
Yes, Dumfries was waiting for the ball on the back post area. Not the best connection with his header, but we know Inter how good they are in the set pieces situation using their physicality.
This time there's a foul on Theo Hernandez. Dzeko is unhappy with the decision, but Milan will restart with a free kick. They are, of course, without their talisman, Marco Guida, just explaining the decision to Stefano Pioli, who looks fired up. But no Ibrahimovic tonight, a massive miss for the Rossoneri, still struggling with that Achilles problem that forced him off here against Juventus.
Yes, but it's very good. We see the physical context between both, but it's good to see both teams trying to play a kind of 1-against-1 all the park. Especially AC Milan is playing at the back with 4 players, Theo against Dumfries, Romagnoli against Dzeko or Lautaro, so they cannot cover this kind of ball over their shoulders. So it's 1-against-1 all over the park, and we love it.
Salamakers, Milan without Kier, Tomori not 100% fit, Ibrahimovic on the sidelines too, Ante Rebic also missing out this game. Inter without Correa, Gosens and Caicedo, the latter 2 new signings. Now Barella has been called up for catching Theo Hernandez, who could well be a future captain of the Rossoneri, set to sign a new contract if you're to believe reports. And now it's Milan's turn to be able to get quality into the box. Fouled by Brozovic.
Yes, it's another challenge on Theo Hernandez, but it's interesting to see if Romagnoli gets the ball. Theo is just running in the park, leaving that room for Leao to receive the ball and drive into the opponent. But now Theo, we know how AC Milan are dangerous on the left side, and they will look to find Leao and Theo on their feet.
We've not seen too much of Milan as an attacking force thus far. Theo Hernandez with the free kick. Bastoni allows it to drop. Good awareness of what was behind him. Certainly no one in red. Ivan Perisic, is this to be his last Milan derby? Out of contract in the summer. It was his birthday earlier on this week. He's having another very good season. Here he is again. Perisic taking on Calabria for pace. Benacer to the rescue. And calmly done by Mignon. Good hold-up play by Giroud. All-important challenge from Bastoni. And Brozovic, as he so often does, comes away from the traffic. Barella, Dumfries. That was a rather gratuitous trip from Rafael Leao.
We talked about the chain on the left side, Perisic plus Bastoni on this side. Obviously, you've got Skriniar, it's a more defender compared to Bastoni, so is Barella. This is always moving on the right and providing the width with Brozovic in this moment.
Barella, Dumfries, Barella once more. And it's broken kindly for Denzel Dumfries. Kessié with the challenge, a rather scrappy passage of play there, but Milan survive.
Yes, good cover by Kessié, because Barella was almost going through, winning that second ball there. You know how good is Barella winning this kind of situation and providing assist from the right side.
Inter have dominated this fixture in recent times. Milan with just one derby win in their last 11. That came courtesy of an Ibrahimovic brace, October 2020. They're without him tonight, and they need some of their other players to step up. The likes of Tonali, Kessié, Calabria here on the ball. Çalhanoğlu's won it back fairly. Dumfries for Barella. Now Dzeko. Still Edin Dzeko. Teo Hernandez won the ball and settles for the goal kick. Good defending.
Yes, brilliant defending by Teo. Dzeko is not the quickest, but was looking to find the room to serve Lautaro, who didn't actually touch a ball in the first 20 minutes. But you know, strikers, sometimes they just need one.
Lautaro Martinez has been a busy man. There were no UEFA games during the international break. There were certainly matches, though, when it came to CONMEBOL. Scored a couple of goals for his native Argentina. Here's Benacer. Tonali. Referee just about got out the way. Salamakers. And still, Rafael Leao. Can he get a shot away? It came off Bastoni. Still there for Tonali. Rafael Leao asking for a penalty, but it seemed to strike the head of Bastoni. We'll see that again very shortly. Brozovic. That's a foul by Romagnoli in the game's first yellow card for catching Edin Dzeko.
That's a yellow card, yes, because he's coming, the AC Milan skipper is having a word with the referee, but he's coming from behind. Dzeko shielding the ball. Now maybe he's questioning about the handball. We're gonna see in a second. But you could see a 3 against 3 at the back. Romagnoli has to be tight on Dzeko, because if he turns, maybe he'll find passes, because we know the Bosnian can do it. Now the claim, I don't think there is enough for a penalty, but great intensity, high tempo.
Better challenge that time from Romagnoli. It clearly caught the bicep, the forearm of Alessandro Bastoni, but it was down by his side. It wasn't in an unnatural position. That's what will have been assessed by the video assistant referee, Paolo Mazzoleni. And here's why free kick's been given against Brozovic for catching Tonali.
Now Romagnoli has to be careful, because as a centre back, now we're gonna see again. I think, yeah, I agree with you. No penalty, but as a centre defender, being booked after 20 minutes, the way AC Milan is playing can be tricky for him.
Inter had 2 penalties in the reverse fixture. One was converted by Çalhanoğlu, another was saved by Ciprian Tatarusanu. That's because Manuel missed the first derby of the season through injury after wrist surgery. Tatarusanu's involvement significant on that occasion. Lautaro Martinez, hungry for goals. He's become the main man for Argentina. It's already extremely important to the Inter cause. Rafael Leao unable to keep the ball in play. Stefano Pioli has called on him to continue to improve. He's already burst on the scene. He has great potential. It's whether he can produce it week in, week out. That's the question. Dumfries looking for Lautaro. Drops here for Dzeko. And now Lautaro Martinez. Kalulu is tied, but Inter have a corner.
Yeah, good move by Inter, coming from a throw-in. Lautaro protecting ball well. Then Dzeko on the second ball, playing an assist, a through ball to Lautaro. And now we've got that kind of situation that solved so many problems for Inter in the all the season, because they've been lethal from corner kicks.
Keep an eye on Skriniar and Lautaro Martinez in particular. Çalhanoğlu with the set piece. Headed away by Tonali. Benacer keeps it moving. Çalhanoğlu now. Barella's cross doesn't beat the first man, Olivier Giroud.
Good defending by AC Milan, who's playing a kind of mixed zonal and man marking, keeping the big boys just outside the 6-yard box, and all the other players picking the most dangerous one for Inter, and worked very well in this situation.
It's been a while since Milan won in Serie A, coming up to a month now. The 9th of January in Venice. Shock defeat here to Spezia was followed by that goalless draw against Juventus. Perisic. Dzeko pulling wide. It's his ball towards Dumfries. And that could have gone anywhere off Kalulu. It is just out for a throw.
That looked like a perfect copy from the goal that Inter got disallowed a couple of minutes ago. But Dzeko is interesting when Andanovic got the ball. Dzeko went in a kind of left winger position, leaving Calabria with Perisic, and he received the ball there. They played a 1-2 with the Croatian.
Dumfries with another long throw. Well cut out by Benacer. That's De Vrij. Brozovic felt he was caught. Kessier. Nicely done. Theo Hernandez. De Vrij in charge once again, keeping tabs on Olivier Giroud. Lautaro Martinez has kept it in play, up against Romagnoli, who's been booked. Lautaro Martinez, Çalhanoğlu, and Dzeko now. No foul by Salamakers. Dzeko told to get to his feet. Kessier. That's Rafael Leao. Salamakers dispossessed by the returning Perisic. Milan struggling to be effective on the counter into stopping their raids at source. Barella. Dumfries now. Only Lautaro in the box for Dzeko. That's who he looks for. Dzeko once more. Lautaro Martinez. Barella! It's narrowly wide.
That's a great chance from Barella. Great move by Dzeko. Great layoff by Lautaro, who's using his strength, keeping Kalulu at the back. Wonderful shot by Barella, who is looking to hit it with his external part of his foot. He goes wide. Inzaghi is fuming. That's a proper chance for Inter to go one up against AC Milan, who's struggling at the moment.
Finally Inter put it together. Here's Lautaro Martinez again. Nice idea that from Barella to try and shape it into the corner with the outside of his boot. A good hold-up play from Lautaro Martinez. It's not just Dzeko who plays that role. And how Milan would love to have the wealth of attacking options at the moment that Inter possess, even in the absence of the injured Correa and Caicedo. They still have Alexis Sanchez to call on from the bench. No Rebic nor Ibrahimovic for Milan. And just 18-year-old Marko Lazetic brought in during the January transfer window. Tonali. A rare loose touch from him, and here come Inter again with Dzeko. Lautaro ahead of him. Eddie Dzeko for Lautaro Martinez. Benacer did brilliantly, and so too did Manuel to prevent the concession of a corner.
That was a crucial block by Benacer, because Lautaro is waiting him to open up his legs, trying to hit that part, and Manuel was maybe outside of his position. There are some strikers that are waiting for the defenders to open the legs and trying to hit over there, and for the keeper there is always no chance to save it. Great defending by Benacer.
Calabria. Salamakers. Inter very much in the ascendancy now. Dzeko tracking back. Here comes Barella. Çalhanoğlu in support, so too Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro Martinez seeking out Denzel Dumfries, and Manuel with another magical save.
Outstanding save again by Manuel. It's a good pass, yes, from Lautaro, but look, Salamakers went with outside his foot instead of going with his left, and that's a glorious chance for Dumfries, who's desperate, but a terrific save again by Manuel. But Inter now creating chances after chances.
Inter on top in terms of the Serie A table. They're also very much on top here in terms of the balance of play, but they're yet to find a way past Mike Manuel. Shouldn't be too surprised that they have so many options in the final third, including Dumfries. It's the Dutchman's long throw, flicked on by Perisic and turned goalwards by Dzeko. Kalulu is down. Caught the ball to the face, brave defending, and an important intervention from the Frenchman.
Yes, because we don't know, but the ball looks like it's going just at least towards the goal. But we talked so much about Inter physical qualities on the set pieces situation, but if you've got someone like Dumfries that can throw the ball in the box on during a throw-in and use Perisic and then Dzeko, then Lautaro, you can create chances even on a throw-in situation. That's the Salemaker's mistakes, because he goes with the outside his foot instead of going with his left. And that's a good positioning by Manuel. Dumfries, not the best shot there, but you need to save it. And again, it's been outstanding for AC Milan this season, incredible.
Simone Inzaghi can't believe just how profligate his team have been thus far. Inter have created all of the chances, but they have been unable to break the deadlock. Rossoneri digging deep and hanging tough thanks to Mike Maignan. Certainly on a par with Gigio Donnarumma in terms of his performances. It's too early to say whether he'll eventually prove to be an upgrade or not. But wise recruitment from Milan. But the way things are going, you sense it's only a matter of time until Inter eventually make this dominance pay, translate their chances into goals.
Yes, but remember, it's a derby, and sometimes when you play this kind of game, you see you cannot produce any chance. If you got one chance, you sense that can be the only one, so you go more focused, and maybe we see so many times scoring teams, we create just one chance. So Inter needs to stay focused.
Dzeko once again coming short, very hard to mark. Milan centre-backs loath to track him that far up the pitch. Perisic. Benacer with a toe to the ball, but here's Çalhanoğlu. Barella. Dzeko eased out fairly by Kessié. Needed a better ball towards Rafael Leao. That's more like it from Milan. Trying to exploit the pace of the Portugal international against Skriniar, who is a lot of things, but not necessarily rapid. Bastoni for Perisic. Looking for half a yard. Perisic with the ball in. Lautaro Martinez rising. That's Dumfries. Çalhanoğlu now. Bastoni. Perisic delivers. Maignan. Grateful to see the punch drop at the feet of Benacer. That could have gone anywhere. Once again, it's all Inter in the final third. Lautaro Martinez, Dzeko, Dumfries for Perisic. Calabria's done really well, and he was impeded there by Perisic. Good defending from the Milan vice-captain.
Yeah, but Perisic, the last season has been awesome for Inter. See his touch. I know Inter signed Gosens in that position, and he's a great signing, but the way Perisic is going one against one is incredible. And the assist is provided. This is a good ball. Look, Lautaro just too late, but give Perisic the ball. He's quick. He can go one against one, can go past players. He's tall, he's strong. It will be a shame for Inter to lose a player like him, but great job by Marotta signing already Gosens.
Kalulu, who can play at fullback, fairly comfortable on that far side. Benacer, the man who drops in between the two centre-backs when Milan try and build out from the back. Kalulu. Teo Hernandez testing Skriniar for pace. Well timed there by the Inter man. Wanted to throw as well, doesn't get in. Might not be the quickest, but he is brilliant when it comes to timing tackles, Milan Skriniar. We've not seen too much of Rafael Leao, nor Olivier Giroud. Calabria. Good ball from Romagnoli, Rafael Leao. Opportunity knocks potentially for Milan with Salamakers. Gets it back from Giroud. This is Benacer. Rafael Leao now. Looking for half a yard. Tonali lets fly! Good save from Handanovic. Teo Hernandez meantime, Rafael Leao, and that could have easily gone in off Perisic. Milan going very close to an opening goal.
This is football. Looked like Inter has got the complete control of the match. Look, brilliant striking. Good save by Handanovic because he's full of power. Great save, and then Leao. Then Teo played the ball in for Leao. Deflected by Bastoni. It could have gone in. By again, you cannot leave Leao room.
Milan have weathered the storm. Tonali takes the corner short. Teo Hernandez from Kessier. This is Salamakers. Inter able to squeeze out. But Romagnoli has stayed forward momentarily. Kalulu. Calabria. Finally, Milan toss it into the mixer. Giroud's knocked down. Away by Bastoni. Benacer's lost it. Brozovic. That will be a warning shot to Inter. For all their dominance. Despite the fact they've had numerous clear-cut chances, they were very nearly undone there by a moment of inspiration from Sandro Tonali. Handanovic was on his guard. See who finds Barella. Romagnoli had more time than he realised there. Good leap from Giroud. Calabria. Rafael Leao. Away from Bastoni. Who got back well. Calabria's ball in. Too high for Giroud. Calmly done by Barella. This is Alessio Romagnoli. Teo Hernandez. Bastoni read it well. And here come Inter with Brozovic. 4 against 4. Marcelo Brozovic. Lautaro Martinez. He's got a shooting angle. And Mignon able to parry once again. Another regulation stop for the Frenchman.
A great counter by Inter, all coming from Bastoni, reading that situation well. Good strike by Lautaro, by Mignon. Well positioned, didn't take any risk. And now corner kick for Inter. You can see Milan can be dangerous if you leave players like Leao receiving the ball in the last third.
Milan have coped well thus far with Inter set pieces. Will the trend continue? That's the question. Çalhanoğlu curls it in. And Perisic! Completely unmarked to guide home the opener. If this is to be his last Milan derby, he's certainly leaving something to be remembered by. Inter strike first.
We talked so much about Inter being lethal from set pieces situation, but this man has been outstanding for Inter. It's not easy, but you see, completely unmarked, just put his left foot there. Sure, it's gonna be good connection there. Magnan, no chance, because the ball is quick, it's low. and Inter are leading probably well deserved for the Nerazzurri 1-0.
As things stand, the Nerazzurri are going 7 points clear of their cross-city rival. Simone Inzaghi knows what a telling blow that could be in this bout at the top of the table. 5 minutes shy of the break, Ivan Perisic with an all-important goal, his 50th for the club. And he is the man for the big occasion, on target at Fiorentina. He scored against Lazio. He found the net here against Napoli. And 3 days on from his 33rd birthday, Ivan Perisic, thus far the difference maker for Inter. And they'd love to grab a second before the interval. Barella. Dumfries. Teo Hernandez read the intentions there of Dzeko, cut out the 1-2. Milan now need to settle again, just try and gather their thoughts and keep cool heads, because these are 5 very important minutes, not only in this match, but in Milan's season, Manuel.
Yeah, of course, now AC Milan has to produce something more, because apart from a couple of chances in 10 seconds, they didn't produce anything. But the second half will be different, because AC Milan needs to respond. Inter looking very, very strong.
Inter have created a number of opportunities from open play, but set pieces always such a reliable route to goal for Simone Inzaghi's men. And once again, it's proven the case. Çalhanoğlu with yet another assist, incidentally. It's now 8 in the league, the same number as Milinkovic-Savic. Kessié wanted too long. The flag was up for offside in any case.
It's the offside position. That's the goal again. Everybody's worried about Dzeko, De Vrij in the box, in the middle of the area, and Perisic completely unmarked there. Just put the foot there. Be sure you connect the ball well. But he's been outstanding as a player. He changed his position from like a proper left winger into a full back, probably with Conte. He needed time, but now he's a completely different player, and he's a world-class full-back.
Who needs Robin Gosens? Still a couple of weeks away from full fitness, but Inter well stocked on the left-hand side. Perisic reminding everyone just how crucial his contributions can be. A key component of the side that won the title last season at a canter under Conte. Can they repeat the success under Inzaghi? Dzeko. Dumfries. Not the best ball. Barella's gone down, claiming an elbow off Teo Hernandez. It is a head injury, which is why Marco Guida has to stop play.
It has been a great duel between these two, and Dumfries there. Don't think there is anything there. Yes, he got the elbow, but probably obviously there is a difference of height there. You know, Perisic has been outstanding. And I know he's out of contract in December, and he's 33, but physically he's a machine. And sometimes as a player, but when you change position, you need time. You don't accept this at the start, because maybe Conte came, there is no room for Perisic, he's a left winger. You need time to accept that maybe another position can be the best one for yourself. He needed 1 year, and now he's becoming one of the most powerful left full back in Italy, of course, but even in Europe.
Inter certainly benefited from the transformations of their Croatian pair late on in their respective careers. Luciano Spalletti widely credited with the renaissance of Brozovic in that deep-lying playmaker role, but Conte as you correctly said, Manuel, all important in the development of Perisic as a really diligent left wing-back, equally effective at both ends of the pitch and coming up with some really significant goals this season. Tonali, Kalulu, Salamakers, nice idea to try and flick it into the path of Questo. This game looked must-win for Milan. Even a draw would leave them really playing catch-up, 4 points behind Inter, and Nerazzurri still have that game in hand away at Bologna. Route one from Manuel, good flick on from Giroud. But there's Perisic once again helping out Bastoni. Barella thankfully is back to his feet. Well in by Tonali, good battle between the pair. Tonali holding off Jacob. And eventually the Bosnian just had too much of a nibble for the referee's liking as we move into added time at the end of the first half.
Yeah, but these are signs. When you see a center forward running backwards, helping his own team.
Teo Hernandez, Brozovic with the block. It is a corner, and we're into 2 added minutes at the end of this first half. Milan have only tested Handanovic on 1 occasion. Perisic peeling away. That was the crucial moment of the first half. But a corner made the difference for Inter. Can Milan do likewise? Marco Guida just calling the 2 sides toward inside the box. Tonali with the corner. It hit Giroud, he didn't know too much about it. And now Brozovic, the break is on for Inter. He looks for Çalhanoğlu. Mignon's come a long way and just about got there. But now he's lost it to Dumfries, he's off his line. Çalhanoğlu for Brozovic. Lautaro Martinez and Dzeko. Mignon back in position and back to make the save.
There's some defending by Mignon here. Outstanding tackle there. And Nesta one. They are sliding, then a piece of skill by him. You know, as a defender, when you know that you got a goalkeeper playing off his line, helping to defend this ball over the top is good. Risky one, but at the end he's done so an awesome job again.
High risk but high reward there for Mignon. All important contribution as Çalhanoğlu, of all the people the Milan fans were dreading there, looked to be in for a second. Rafael Leao, there goes the half-time whistle. 47 minutes, which have absolutely flown by. Brilliant entertainment, but Inter have underlined what we knew going into the game. They are the team to beat. Ivan Perisic's goal, the difference at the break. Half-time score at the Meazza. Inter 1, Milan 0. for this, the 176th meeting between Inter and Milan in Serie A, the 230th Milan derby all told, and so far La Madonnina is shining brightest for the Nerazzurri, reigning champions in Serie A. They were top at the halfway stage, which gave them the symbolic title of winter champions. And Milan respond to that 1-0 first-half deficit by sending on Junior Messias, getting some tactical instructions now from the Rossoneri assistant coach Giacomo Morelli. We shouldn't be overly surprised by this scoreline. Milan have only won one of the previous 11 derbies in the league. Inter 28 unbeaten at home in the league. And they have been the dominant force once again so far this season. Salamaca's withdrawn, Messias sent on. It is a like-for-like change, Manuel Pascali.
There are a couple of differences because I think AC Milan has been outplayed in the first half and they need people like Messias or Leao getting the ball and trying to go past players, because we didn't see much from Leao to Salamaca as well, but Messias is a kind of player that can go past players and create things. That's the thing that AC Milan needs at the moment.
Junior Messias has almost become more synonymous with a goal that he didn't score than some of the ones he did. Got the winner against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, but he scored against Spezia. That goal didn't count though. The referee didn't play an advantage, and Milan have never really come back from that. Here's Dumfries testing Theo Hernandez. That's been a great tussle between the pair thus far this evening. Eventually it's obstruction from the Dutchman. Milan free kick.
Yes, it's been a great duel in the first half. Theo there. Obviously changing with the Salemacas, Messias. I think Pioli was maybe worried about the chain on the left between Perisic and Bastoni, so opted for Salemacas in that position. But now Messias can provide assists, goals there. It can be a factor for AC in the second half.
Samir Handanovic with game 5-3-8 in Serie A tonight. Takes him now clear of Silvio Piola. He's the all-time leading goal scorer in the Italian top flight. Handanovic now has Roberto Mancini next in his sights, 5-4-1. What a servant he's been to Inter and Udinese before that. Andrea Onana, the man coming in to challenge Handanovic between the sticks next season. Tonali. Credit to Pierre Kalulu, who's really stepped up in recent weeks in the absence of first Kier and then Tomori. Benacer was caught by Bastoni.
That's Inter, Simone Inzaghi Inter. You see Bastoni going high and press a center mid. Benacer there. They don't want AC Milan to start to take some confidence in the second half.
Handanovic taking his time. Was he caught by Giroud? Play continues. Romagnoli. Handanovic told very kindly by the referee to get to his feet. Here's Tonali, one player who can make the difference for Milan, but he wasn't caught. He can't believe the decision. In the meantime, it's Barella on the rampage. Well timed by Benacer. Barella nearly broke onto the loose ball. But once more, all hands on deck for Milan, living dangerously defensively.
Yeah, that's an outstanding tackle by Benacer, because there was a 4 against 4 for Inter against AC Milan defenders.
First touch for Junior Messias, running at Perisic, but he couldn't quite find Kessié. Nice idea, not the right weight on the pass. Çalhanoğlu under pressure from Calabria. He's not only kept the ball, he's found Dzeko too. Brozovic didn't expect it, and here come Milan with Calabria. Kessié, only Giroud to aim for. Instead it's Benacer, Rafael Leao. Brozovic dispossessed fairly by Benacer. Tonali again from distance. And this time Handanovic had it covered, but it will be a corner.
Yeah, brilliant hit by Tonali, who's the most dangerous AC Milan players there. Great aggression by the two center mid. And Tonali, the second time, is trying to hit from distance. Small deflection, maybe by Dumfries. The corner kick for AC Milan.
Tonali, who could have very easily joined Inter, instead opted for his hometown club Milan. Took a pay cut last summer too. Here he is. Tonali's ball in, Handanovic punches away. Lautaro Martinez has lost it, Messias. It's deflected. And once again, Inter get a body in the way.
Yeah, good first 5 minutes for AC Milan. I think he's maybe offside position, Giroud there, interfering with Handanovic view probably. But Messias looking lively since he came on. That's the corner kick by Tonali. Handanovic punched it away.
Empoli in the Coppa Italia, the only match he has missed this season. Radu was preferred for that. Inter just about snuck through to the quarterfinals, where they'll take on Jose Mourinho's Roma here on Tuesday. Lautaro Martinez, lovely switch for Dumfries. Barella waits in the box. Dumfries, and Perisic was once again lurking.
Almost there, Perisic, but now counter-attack for AC Milan.
Theo Hernandez has spotted Junior Messias, needed a better ball. Kalulu. Lautaro Martinez celebrating a sliding challenge. That sums up the Inter cause this season.
That's magnificent to see. A proper like defender tackle there. See the energy, the intensity, the passion Inter players got. It's incredible the job Simone Inzaghi is doing for Inter since the start of the season.
Inter sending out a message to the other side in the title race. Luciano Spalletti's Napoli, who have a tricky trip to Venice tomorrow, next weekend. Same day, same kickoff time, albeit different venue. The Maradona will play host to Napoli against Inter, which could yet be decisive in the title race. Giroud has won a free kick, but it could only be decisive in the title race provided Napoli go and win in the pencil tomorrow.
Yes, will be an interesting game next week if Inter will win tonight and we get the results in Maradona Stadium. I cannot tell you that it's over, but look like AC Milan look more lively with Messias.
Kessié holding off Brozovic. Theo Hernandez unable to latch onto the ball forward. Nice idea, but it's not quite coming off for Milan in the final third tonight.
Yes, I think they have to vote a player that made the difference in the last couple of months. Talking about Leao, needs to receive the ball and try to drive forward, drive with the ball in his feet, because he never tested even Skriniar or Dumfries in his side, and AC Milan has to look for him.
Given away by Skriniar, but Messias' touch wasn't the best. Çalhanoğlu for Perisic, unable to catch up to him.
Yes, Inter trying to find Perisic, who's been outstanding in the first half. Apart from the goal, he provided a couple of good assists as well with his left foot, as he loved to do.
Theo Hernandez, good ball for Benacer. Çalhanoğlu busy as ever, but here's Theo Hernandez. Surrounded by blue and black shirts, he's done well to find Tonali. Once again, Milan trying to play the Hollywood ball, it was the wrong option. Perisic for his compatriot Brozovic. Holding off Kessié. Now it's Çalhanoğlu. Brozovic again. arguably Inter's most important player, and that's saying something. They have plenty of big hitters. Dumfries testing Theo Hernandez. And in the end, it's handball against Denzel Dumfries.
Yeah, we talked about Perisic, but even Brozovic in the last couple of years, he's been magnificent for Inter, and he became probably one of the kind of most good for a playmaker in that position. He changed from a kind of midfielder into a proper playmaker, and he's crazy because he's got great technical ability, but even physically he runs almost every game more than 12 kilometers.
And that's why he's set to become one of the highest earners at Inter, if you're to believe media reports. A new contract is on the table. It's just awaiting his signature. Junior Messias trying to hold off Perisic. Once again, the Croatian showing his defensive diligence. Stefan de Vrij, who turned 30 today. The unfortunate score of the own goal in the reverse fixture. Benacer was impeded. It is a Milan free kick. Inter aren't happy, and the derby was just simmering, and now it's coming to the boil.
Yes, now it looks like more force are in. Look, Perisic standing, but Inter got that option with Dzeko as well, the same as Lukaku in the recent last year with Conte as well. So if they are under pressure, Andanovic should look for the physical presence up front, especially because if you want to be aggressive, you leave your two defenders against the two Inter strikers. But if you got Dzeko, he was very good in the air, and physically can link up play. It's hard to defend against Inter because they can do so many different things.
Clever flick from Theo Hernandez. This is Benacer, who had an underwhelming Africa Cup of Nations, a world away from the previous edition when he inspired Algeria to the title and was named player of the tournament. Milan just happy that he's back. Ballo Touré, the only man still missing from their African contingent. He's with Senegal, who will be in the final against Egypt. Dumfries for Lautaro Martinez. This is Barella, and now Dzeko. Benacer needs to be careful, and he was indeed. Romagnoli, now a bit of space for Theo Hernandez, urged forward by the Rossoneri faithful in the Curva Sud. Kessié, Rafael Leão, Theo Hernandez looking for Rafael Leão. He gets there too, and he looked for Giroud when he might have gone himself. Junior Messias has won it back. Inter taking chances when they didn't necessarily need to.
Leão was looking for a quick 1-2 with Giroud. Now Brahim Diaz is coming on. See who for.
From Kessié, who began the match in that number 10 role. Not quite the same success as he had at the Castellani when he scored 2 against Empoli. Brahim Diaz finally dropped after what's been a very difficult run of form for him. 18 matches without a goal. He made a really good start to the campaign, and a strike is long overdue for him. Perhaps that's Pioli's rationale now. Sooner or later that goal has to arrive. Why not tonight? Rafael Leão. Misplaced pass, but Junior Messias still able to pick up the pieces. This is Benacer. Tonali. Theo Hernandez with the cross, away by Bastoni as Junior Messias lurked with intent.
And now AC Milan is getting more on the possession. Obviously changing Kessié with Brahim Diaz will change something. We know the number 10, AC Milan number 10 is more attacking minded. Maybe Brozovic will be free more. He's got more room to play, but offensively Brahim Diaz will provide something more than Kessie, of course.
Brahim Diaz between the lines. He was caught by Brozovic. We have seen just one yellow card tonight. That went the way of Romagnoli. Brozovic and Lautaro Martinez, incidentally, are both diffidati. They're booking away from suspension. And now Napoli will be licking their lips, or so I thought. It's Çalhanoğlu, the man who said too much, and he was not booking away from suspension.
Here we've seen Brahim Diaz receiving the ball in that pocket he loves to play in, and he's obviously got a completely different pace compared to Brozovic. He's small as he can go past players. He will be a player to watch, because playing in that area behind Brozovic, just in front of Inter defenders, can cause Inter problems. And now we've got the free kicks from distance.
Two candidates, Tonali or Theo Hernandez. Both equally capable. Tonali's gone close on a couple of occasions already tonight. Can he stand up and be counted? Sandro Tonali's free kick. And Skriniar makes sure it doesn't creep behind. He has already scored a free kick this season, Tonali, albeit at the other end of this ground against Cagliari. How Milan could have done with Ibrahimovic over that, having scored against Roma and Genoa from a similar position. Kalulu, Brahim Diaz, he looks sharp and up for this. Calabria. Giroud, on the other hand, has often been caught on his heels. That's nicely done by Çalhanoğlu, but Lautaro Martinez had no one up with him. Dzeko, never likely to win that race with Kalulu.
But now AC Milan look like they started well. Now they look dangerous. Obviously, Brahim Diaz, as you said, looks sharp, lively, can cause problems. Obviously, you cannot, from an Inter point of view, dominate Derby for 90 minutes. Maybe now they are taking a break. But now AC Milan look a different team compared to the first half.
Çalhanoğlu, who might well have done his colleague Brozovic a favour by distracting the referee's attention and sparing the Croatian a yellow card, which would have ruled him out. It's Napoli. Barella now, long way out. They did catch a red shirt on the way through. It is an Inter corner, and that always brings potential repercussions.
Yes, it's an ambitious one. Romagnoli well defending, because he just went tight on Barella. But again, this is transforming every single free kick or corner kick for Inter. Looks like a goal situation.
Milan will be well aware of Perisic now, but they need to have eyes in the back of their heads, because Inter have so many threats inside the 18-yard box. Çalhanoğlu with the corner. Too high for Skriniar, that's Brozovic. Here he is again. Lautaro Martinez waits, and he took his eye off the ball. Just had Junior Messias in his eye line, but that was a chance for the Argentine. Barella dispossessed by Benacer, no handball, despite the pleas of the Inter players.
Yeah, Inter players are fuming. Are we gonna see the chance? I think Lautaro didn't gamble, didn't guess that Messias was not gonna get the ball. And I don't know if he touched that, but that was a chance for Inter. Now we see Benacer tackle and handball. Maybe the referee was covered by a couple of bodies, but the assistant is just over there.
Lautaro Martinez. He's got half a yard to deliver. Dzeko is interested. Junior Messias able to elude the attentions of Perisic. Brahim Diaz. And now Theo Hernandez. Rafael Leão to his left. Theo Hernandez going himself, but unable to poke it into the path of Brahim Diaz. Lautaro Martinez turned too sharply even for himself there. Brahim Diaz, clever feed. No foul by Dzeko. Spaniard unhappy, but this is Brozovic. And now it's ominous. Barella. Barella's ball, Lautaro Martinez. Nice idea. Difficult pass to execute for Dumfries.
Yeah, that was a hard one, but it was a great idea. Inter trying to hit on the counter-attack. Now we see the job that Messias is doing, even this defensively, and Brahim Diaz, completely different compared to the first half. Now Inzaghi is having a word with Perisic, telling him something, because in this side now they've got a difficult client as Messias.
Credit to Pioli, he's certainly given it a go with his second half substitutions, well aware that Milan aren't just fighting for the title, they're also trying to keep the sides beneath them at bay, the likes of Atalanta and Juventus. Kalulu for Brahim Diaz, too quick for Çalhanoğlu. Brahim Diaz still, Rafael Leao now. And he was crowded out by Skriniar and Çalhanoğlu.
Again, Brahim Diaz providing, yes, good read by Kalulu. Counter-attack, Brahim Diaz driving the ball forward. Here, good defending by Skriniar, especially from Çalhanoğlu as well, because he's double up his teammate, or Leao could have had a better hit. AC Milan now is producing finally something.
Milan much better since Brahim Diaz was introduced. Finally someone who can commit an opponent. Only half cleared by Calabria. This is Edin Dzeko. One of his quieter nights. Perisic. Inter trying to slow the tempo. Almost reminding themselves they have the lead. Bastoni. But they only know one way to play. Consistently on the front foot. The league's top scorers. Perisic with the flick. Dzeko now. This is Bastoni. That's a foul, is it on Tonali? He thought his shirt was pulled. It is just a corner to the Nerazzurri.
Yeah, we know Bastoni every time bombing forward as a proper fullback. They are combining very well with Perisic and Çalhanoğlu on the left side. Now another corner.
No question that Inter will be sending this in directly. Milan have taken several of their corners short tonight, but Çalhanoğlu's delivery has been world-class all season long. He's more than just a set-piece specialist. Çalhanoğlu with the corner, and it lands on the roof of the net. Manuel well aware that this season has already seen a couple of goals from corners. Çalhanoğlu got one at Roma. The other one was scored by Juan Cuadrado at Genoa.
I think he went for it, because before taking the corner kick, I think he talked to someone there saying maybe I'm gonna try to score from that position. He wanted to score. We know, we see in the first leg his celebration, so he was looking to try to hit it strongly on the front post area, maybe with a kind of deflection.
Inter's defensive solidity continues to impress. They don't just score goals, they're very hard to break down at the other end. Çalhanoğlu got a foot to the ball, that's Dzeko. Now Brozovic. Dumfries galloping forward away to his right. Dumfries now. Barella in the channel. Another corner, this time off Theo Hernandez.
We talked about on the left side Perisic plus Bastoni, but on the right side Inter combined very well with Dumfries and Barella, and Theo is always exposed because Leao is not defending. The two center mid are busy with their opponents in the middle of the park, and now an overlapping position. See how Inter Milan now are loving Çalhanoğlu.
He's certainly bought into the cause right from day one. And his set pieces are deadly. Çalhanoğlu's corner, and Perisic once again very nearly a repeat of the opening goal.
Yes, again a chance, nobody's picking him up. Theo Hernandez is jumping with Dumfries, and this time he maybe put a bit of power in it, and now couple of changes for Simone Inzaghi. Alexis Sanchez coming on from Lautaro and Di Marco for Perisic, going a little bit more defensive on this side, considering the Messias is causing a bit of problems on this side, so Inzaghi is covering more with Di Marco.
It was always going to be unlikely to envisage Lautaro featuring for the full 90 after his international exertions in South America. Alexis Sanchez also scored a couple of goals during the break with Chile, and Perisic has scored the all-important goal tonight, and he gets a breather for Di Marco, who's arguably as impressive in the final third as Ivan Perisic. But Di Marco, on paper, a touch more defensive. Brozovic towards Alexis Sanchez, it broke again for Brozovic. Benacer shoved over by the Inter number 7. And this is the difference, Manuel. The squad depth, Inter have so many options on the bench. Milan missing a few through injury and illness, and they are short-handed.
Yeah, I agree completely. Because Sanchez now, if he stays injury-free, can be another that can make a difference. And he showed this in the Super Cup final, and so many games, even with these national teams, as you said. Yes, Inter's got a proper team that can be competitive in 2 or 3 competitions. AC Milan, if they lose Ibra, if they lose a couple of players, Pioli, this man has to find solutions.
Milan began this match 6 points clear of Atalanta, albeit Ladea do have a game in hand, so they can yet find Atalanta level with them. Milan need to start winning, and soon, preferably tonight. Junior Messias, too quick for Çalhanoğlu. Tonali. Occasionally short on ideas, the Rossoneri. Giroud able to make it stick, but he couldn't find Brahim Diaz, who will receive a yellow card for that foul on Barella.
It's not the kind of service that Giroud wants to receive in traffic there. We've seen a couple of times in the first half. It's been decent in the air, we know that, especially on the long ball thrown by Manuel. He won a couple of headers against De Vrij, but you need to serve him more from the sides, especially in the center of the area.
Here comes Arturo Vidal then for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. He scored in the reverse fixture. He made the only goal thus far in this second Milan derby of the season. He's hated by the Rossoneri, but he has quickly become a fan's favourite on the other side of the city.
Yeah, when you change team, especially in the same city, maybe fans are not happy because you're leaving. Fans are not happy because he's coming a player that played for their rivals. But as soon as he scored that goal, that penalty in the previous derby, became a cult hero for the Nerazzurri fans.
Milan will be desperate to avoid a repeat of that. From Kessié is infamously out of contract at the end of this season. So to Alessio Romagnoli. Milan lost Donnarumma to Paris Saint-Germain on a free last season. Çalhanoğlu to Inter. There's talk of Kessié potentially continuing in Serie A with either Inter or Juventus. That would be a bitter pill to swallow. Romagnoli's also been linked with the Bianconeri as a possible long-term replacement for Chiellini. Junior Messias. Brahim Diaz has done well. Was he caught by Di Marco? Play continues. De Vrij. Di Marco now, able to clear. That's handball by Kalulu, certainly appeared that way. Vidal. Brozovic. Skriniar. Good pressing from Milan, but into keep possession. Alexis Sanchez ran into Giroud, and here come the Rossoneri. 5 against 3, Tonali. Brahim Diaz sets himself, and in it goes from Olivier Giroud. Milan have the equaliser, and with 15 minutes to play, it's game on in the derby.
That is incredible. Nobody was expecting this to happen. Sanchez lost the ball in the middle of the park. As you say, 5 against 3. Here, they gonna check it. I think they're gonna check it, but then 5 against 3. Then I thought the game was gone here. They lost so many times here with Brahim Diaz, but the ball went to Giroud's feet, who's the first to react. Romagnoli is even there. Look, small deflection, Giroud goal, but now I'm telling you, big decision to make.
What a massive momentum shifter in the title race that is. Inter were in the lead, they appeared in charge, but Olivier Giroud just seems to love playing at San Siro. All of his goals in Rossoneri colours have come on this ground. That is now 7 of them. And he scored in the most important fixture of the lot. And suddenly, the Scudetto race is very much up for grabs. Benacer is booked for bringing down Barella.
Now we're gonna witness the last 15 minutes. That's a proper derby. AC Milan look like out of the game, but only a goal is not enough. You don't feel safe. And that's a great goal by Giroud, who didn't touch many balls. We talked about him, about being served not so well, but in the middle of the box is a striker that can hurt teams. And now Inter, I guess, will look to score again, but you never know.
Olivier Giroud has an affinity with this ground. It's one thing scoring against Cagliari, Verona, Torino and Genoa in the Cup. It's another coming up with the all-important equaliser, the Derby della Madonnina. That's what the Frenchman's done. But here come Inter looking to restore their advantage. Alexis Sanchez with the free kick. Maignan punched it away. And Milan once again might be able to strike on the counter with Junior Messias. Had that ball broken for Theo Hernandez, they might have been in business again. But Brahim Diaz has the bit between his teeth. Junior Messias, another of the substitutes. Barella stuck to his task. But credit to Pioli, Manuel Pascali, for changing the game at half-time.
Yes, we talked about the squad depth, but AC Milan got a couple of players on the bench that can change things, and Messias plus Brahim Diaz completely changed the team. But the importance to have in your team players that can go past people is crucial.
And now you wouldn't bet against Milan going on to bag a winner. And how significant could that shift then be in the race for the Scudetto? Inter only beat once this season at Lazio. And they're under extreme pressure here. Brozovic has won it back. Vidal. And did Simone Inzaghi make his substitutions too early? Was it a negative approach to try and shut down the game and hold on for a 1-0 win? Only he will know. This is Calabria. And now Giroud. Lovely turn! And a brilliant finish as well! It's Olivier Giroud's night. He got the equaliser, and now he has given Milan the lead.
That's incredible. Probably touched 4 balls in the whole game, and he scored 2. This is the kind of service he wants to receive. De Vrij tried to anticipate him by using his body so well. Shifted the inside, and Danovic could have done better, 1,000,000%. But now AC Milan are leading 2-1. And that's why we love football. You see here, he's tussling with that right. He shifted across on his left foot there, like Vieri, a lot of years ago against Parma. Good finish, but Handanovic, poor goalkeeping in my opinion for him. And now AC Milan are leading in an incredible match.
Just 3 minutes separated, the equaliser from Giroud, and that's the go-ahead goal. And Stefano Pioli channeling Jose Mourinho. Clearly, Giroud was onside, but it's all about the turn away from De Vrij. Benacer will now get a breather for what remains. Krunic is on, and now it's Milan's attempt to try and sew things up. Inter looked unstoppable this season for large swathes of the campaign. Tonight, they appeared on another plane, on a different level to the Rossoneri. Yet you said it yourself, Manuel, this is why we love football, this is why the derby is so special. Because now, suddenly, as things stand, Milan are moving to within a point of the Nerazzurri.
Yes, that's incredible, because we are talking about the Inter dominance, dominating the first half. And then in 5 minutes, with 2 half chances, AC Milan are leading.
Samir Handanovic will be absolutely livid. The Inter skipper not coming up with an all-important save when it counted. A world away from the reflexes of Manuel in the first half. He kept Milan in it, and Handanovic has produced a howler. Alexis Sanchez now, and here goes Dumfries. And Manuel as rock solid as ever.
Yeah, you said one great thing. Maybe at this moment the difference has been the 2 goals, because Manuel has been outstanding with 2 or 3 crucial saves in the first half, and I'm sure Handanovic will watch this goal again and will be not happy with this performance.
What a brilliant piece of business. Once again, we've said it time and time again in the last couple of years. Ricky Massara, Paolo Maldini, the Milan senior management. Olivier Giroud still as motivated as ever. Striker's instincts on the first goal, right place, right time. But it was flawless technique, the way he turned for his second. Darmian now replaces Bastoni. Vecino is on for Brozovic. And the way things are going, you wouldn't back against Inter having one last big chance. It's in towards Giroud, now on a hat-trick, by the way. Milan now sitting deep. It's Inter's turn to probe with Dumfries. Alexis Sanchez. Maignan able to claim it under severe pressure from Mattias Vecino. Brave goalkeeping, and he kept hold of the ball too. Is he going to be man of the match? It's surely between him and Giroud, the way things stand.
Yeah, but when I see, I didn't know him, but I'm telling you, but when I see this kind of goalkeeper, I'm thinking, what are the other teams were looking last season about? Everybody looks for a keeper like him. He's very good with the feet. He's an incredible goalkeeper. Here we see Giroud. We didn't see much. It's that kind of striker. We didn't see much in the game, but if the ball is in the box, it means business. Remember, he won the Champions League. He won the World Cup with France. Maybe, yes, not contributing with goals, but his presence in the box is outstanding. It's unbelievable.
He famously went the entire 2018 World Cup campaign without finding the net, but Didier Deschamps loves him at international level. And now the Milan fans are certainly appreciating Olivier Giroud. Darmian's ball in. Theo Hernandez very nearly showed too much to Vecino there, but that is ice-cool defending from the fullback. And now Theo Hernandez is a man on a mission. Rade Krunic. Theo Hernandez has stayed down. Will Milan go for goal? Or will Brahim Diaz just slam on the brakes? There's your answer.
Inter players won't be happy now. Skriniar is complaining. We're gonna see again.
Skriniar's been shown a yellow card for that foul there on Theo Hernandez. The referee played a good advantage, and most match officials now very aware to do exactly that after what happened against Spezia.
There is a light touch on Theo shin pad, but in my opinion, this kind of situation, the referee's got the control now. There is a red card probably with someone on Inter benches, I think.
Matteo Darmian asking exactly who Marco Guida has sent off. That was Nicola Pozzi there, the Milan press officer, who was just moving out of shot. He's not the man who's been dismissed. But the Rossoneri 5 minutes away from a famous derby victory. Ivan Gazidis knows how rare those results have been in recent times. One win in their previous 11 in the Derby della Madonnina in Serie A. And yet when they need a victory most, trailing by 4 points, which could yet become a greater gulf than that, with Inter's game in hand against Bologna, and yet Milan are doing what was asked of them, to come here and win, to inflict a first league defeat of the season on Inter on this ground.
Yes, incredible. Even consider now we've got 5 minutes to go, so anything can happen. But Inter then they need to go to Napoli as well. And I'll tell you something. If a couple of teams behind this group will get the results, everything will change at the top of the Serie A.
Dumfries kept his balance initially, but not after that. It is a free kick to Inter. And you can already picture Luciano Spalletti grinning like a Cheshire cat, that familiar smile of his. This is exactly the result he would have been hoping for. That was the foul by Tonali on Dumfries, and now Milan know they need to try and shut things down, batten down the hatches. Çalhanoğlu is off the pitch, so the responsibility is on the shoulders of Di Marco. Di Marco sends it in, away by Giroud. And if this result holds, it will always, forevermore, go down as the Olivier Giroud derby. This fixture has certainly become synonymous down the years with some great names in Italian football and world football. Olivier Giroud, in the twilight of his career, he'll turn 36 at the end of September, is still proving a thorn in the side of big clubs all across the continent. De Vrij, cut out by Brahim Diaz. Here's Barella. Di Marco. Another derby to forget for Stefan De Vrij, on his birthday too. He needed to be bailed out by Handanovic, didn't get a helping hand from his skipper. Skriniar holding off Junior Messias, but not Rafael Leao. Theo Hernandez has lost it to Skriniar, but the whistle goes. And Inter are unhappy, so too are the fans.
You know, Pat, this is part of Italian culture, when especially there are some players, you know, it goes down, maybe you're winning. I did it as well, but I don't like it. There is a referee. If he goes down and the referee thinks there is nothing dangerous happening, just let the play go on. Go and play. The referee will stop the play. Or, if it happens like this, you have to put the ball outside the park, wait, give the ball back. You lose that intensity, that passion. And some players will play this kind of game, especially when you are winning and they are the last 5 or 10 minutes in the game. So the referee needs to take control of the game before the match, say, don't go down, I will stop the game if something dangerous will happen.
Radek Krunic was already set to come on. He had a front row seat for that. moment of anticipation as to whether Handanovic was going to keep it out. His wrist wasn't firm enough, and Stefano Pioli and Milan have put the title race once again back in jeopardy. It is up for grabs now. Inter, Milan, Napoli, who knows whether Atalanta and Juventus can yet muscle their way back into the equation. But the team to inflict the last league defeat at San Siro on Inter, none other than Milan, October 2020. A 2-1 scoreline, a brace from Ibrahimovic, as he scored 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes. Olivier Giroud tonight, a brace, 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes, a 2-1 scoreline. Giroud said recently that he could learn from the Swede. He's done more than that, he's emulated him tonight. And in the absence of Zlatan, how Giroud has stepped up. And now, for once, it's Inter who look short on ideas. But in some ways, Manuel, this result has been coming. They drew in Bergamo against Atalanta. They were taken down to the wire here in the Super Cup. Ranocchia bailed them out against Empoli in the Cup. Alexis Sanchez, Theo Hernandez, very calmly done again. We're into 5 added minutes. Rafael Leao. Skriniar has been booked. Rafael Leao away from Skriniar. He's got Giroud in the box, but he wisely waits and keeps possession and lets some added time tick down. This is Pierre Kalulu. Junior Messias. Brahim Diaz now headed for the corner. Clever feet from the Spaniard. Was he impeded by De Vrij? Back came Vidal to help out. Barella. Krunic didn't win the ball fairly, and it's a yellow card for Radek Krunic.
Look where Pioli was just 10 meters away from Brahim Diaz. But we talk so many times about squad teams, but the changes that Pioli made the difference at the moment.
Di Marco tosses it in. Vecino climbing. This is Dumfries. Dumfries has found a cross. Alexis Sanchez now. And Calabria was quickly upon him, but it is a corner.
Another chance for Inter, who's desperate now. They know they got only 3 minutes and a half left. And telling you, some of defenders will try to redeem themselves.
Di Marco with the corner, Skriniar waits, Theo Hernandez with an all-important flick clear. Barella sends it back in, and Manuel gratefully gathers.
I was talking earlier about it. How did Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Chelsea, City did not sign this goalkeeper? I know they've got good goalkeeper as well, but that's an incredible piece of business by Paolo Maldini and AC Milan, because he's been outstanding for AC Milan, and he kept AC Milan in the game the first half.
Darmian. Kalulu has been rock solid tonight, but he's given it to Stefan de Vrij. We played half of the 5 added minutes. Dumfries, 2 for company. Was he caught by Giroud? Marco Guida eventually decides it is a free kick.
Yes, good cover by Giroud, who's desperate to win this game. As a striker, yes, you want to score, but if you score a double, you are desperate to win this game. So everybody will remember that derby with the double from Giroud. But now AC Milan will defend as usual like a castle in front of Maignan.
Is this the moment for Inter? Can Di Marco come up with the goods? Di Marco's free kick, and it goes harmlessly wide. And Milan are inching closer now to a famous derby victory. And Simone Inzaghi, who threatened to be making the push for the Scudetto one-horse race, now has Stefano Pioli in his rear view mirror and so too Spalletti closing in. And a reminder, Saturday at 6 at the Maradona, Napoli-Inter. And before that, Inter still have to entertain Roma here in the Cup, so they will be tired ahead of their trip to Fuorigrotta. What a shift, what a start to February. We were made to wait in that international break, but it's been very much worth the wait. Inter have a minute to try and salvage a point. Tossed long by Di Marco, flicked on by Vecino. Barella. Federico Di Marco, it's his ball in, it's overhit. And the cheers are from the 3,700 Milan supporters. And they know that there is plenty left to run in this season. And if Inter are to earn a second star, they're going to be really made to work hard for it.
These are the kind of ball you don't want to put in the box because they're coming from the middle of the park, basically. We see if Inter will have the last chance.
Wide it goes from Alexis Sanchez. Shoulder to shoulder, Dumfries against Theo Hernandez. Tonali's won it back. The 5 added minutes are all but up, but Dumfries regains possession. That's a foul by Theo Hernandez. And it's a straight red card. Marco Guida unhappy with the challenge. Theo Hernandez would have been suspended even with a yellow card, but now Milan have to defend one final free kick without the Frenchman.
We will see if this will be the right decision made by him, because Dumfries is starting a counter there. So he said, no, you're not going anywhere. Inter will have the last chance, so Theo can be the hero or not.
It could yet prove to be a Pyrrhic victory. Handanovic has gone forward to maximise the numbers up. They're going to try and get Timur Bakayoko on, albeit it will be for one of the players that's already on the pitch. Milan down to 10. Di Marco with the ball in. Handanovic flicks it on. That's Skriniar. It's cleared as far as Vidal. Marco Guida says that Milan have won the derby. What a turnaround in the second half. And potentially what a turnaround in the race for the Scudetto. Inter came into the game with a 4-point cushion. It was theirs to lose. And they had the lead at the break, but Olivier Giroud, with 2 famous second-half goals within the space of 3 minutes. It is kicked off at the death. Theo Hernandez there to celebrate, but it's Olivier Giroud's night, and it could yet still be Milan's season. If Inter are to once again defend their title, they will have to do it the hard way, and it could yet go the distance. Full-time score in a brilliant Derby della Madonnina. Inter 1, Milan 2.